My name is Huan, and we're Rallyteam. Let's get started. This is Johnny. Johnny is a developer at Google, and for the last few years, he's been feeling pretty disengaged. Like many employees, he wants to do more and learn more, but hasn't been given those opportunities. Fortunately, Google just installed Rallyteam today. Rallyteam is a collaboration platform for increasing productivity, innovation, and engagement. Let's have a look. So Johnny's going to log in for the first time today. And the first thing he needs to do is create a profile. He's going to go ahead and import that in from LinkedIn. We want to make it as easy as possible for users to get up and running with our system. So the system's pulled in his bio information, his skills, and now he's going to add a few of his interests. Johnny's always been interested in design, innovation, and he's got a passion for cars. So he's going to add those to his profile. All right, now he's good to go. The next thing Johnny notices is the opportunity marketplace. Here he finds a ton of opportunities that he didn't even know existed in his organization before. Let's have a look at a few. So it looks like Brandon needs help developing a logo, Tanya needs some sales and marketing help, and Lumberg needs some help with his CPS reports. Now all these sound really interesting, but the ones on the right that the system's actually suggesting to him are really piquing his interest. For example, Samantha is looking for some help developing the driverless car. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, so it looks like they're redesigning the dashboard, and they could use a little bit of a UI help with the driverless car. Looks like they have a few sketches available, but they can really use a designer's touch. And based on the skills required for this opportunity, this is right up Johnny's alley. So he's going to go ahead and send a request to join this opportunity. All right, now the request is sent over to Samantha. Johnny's liking this whole idea of helping other people out, but at the same time, he could use a little bit of help on his own projects. In particular, he's been developing the voice recognition software for Google Glass and needs a little bit of help testing it. So he's going to add this to the opportunity marketplace. Now, as he's adding the details, the system is automatically tagging it with the relevant skills. It's even suggesting users within his organization who might be able to help him. So we got Sergey, Janet, and Larry, all available to help him on this opportunity. He's going to go ahead and create this opportunity and have it directly connected with them. So now it's in a marketplace where everybody can see it and hopefully help him out. Now you might be wondering, what about that first opportunity from Samantha? Let's jump over to her for a minute. So she just received a message indicating that Johnny is willing to help her out on her opportunity. She's absolutely relieved because her outsourcing budget just got cut this year. So she's going to go ahead and accept that request. All right, now Johnny is part of the opportunity. Let's fast forward a few weeks. Johnny's completed the UI design. Samantha is extremely happy because her project is on time. She's going to go ahead and close out this opportunity. Now this is her chance to capture the hours saved and dollars saved by insourcing this project to Johnny as opposed to outsourcing it. So she figures it would have taken her about 10 hours to ramp up and onboard the consultants. And they initially quoted her at $10,000 to do this design. So by giving this to Johnny, she's been able to mitigate those costs. In addition to these metrics, she's going to award Johnny with a prop. This is her way of giving Johnny a high five for doing a super duper job. And she's going to add a little personal thank you to that prop as well. All right, the opportunity is now closed out. The system is capturing the hours saved and the dollars saved, along with all the people who've helped make this happen. So let's switch over to Johnny again. Johnny just received a notification from Samantha indicating that the opportunity is now completed. He can see the prop in the message that she sent over, but in addition to this, the system has identified some new skills that Johnny has developed from this opportunity. He's going to go ahead and add this to his profile. And now Johnny's feeling pretty happy and engaged because he's developed some new skills. He's helped the company save time and money. He's had a chance to work on an opportunity that he's truly passionate about, and he's been recognized by one of his fellow employees. The best part is he doesn't have to worry about tracking any of this. The system automatically tracks all these metrics so that when he goes in for his performance review, all he has to do is go to his dashboard, and he can see how he's tracking towards his career goals. He can see the new skills that he's developed, and he can see all the opportunities that he's completed throughout the year. And that's what Rallyteam is all about. It's about making it easy for people to connect to opportunities that they're passionate about. And this is going to result in greater productivity, innovation, and just simple happiness in the workplace. We're Rallyteam. We're going to be in a demo pit tomorrow. Please come check us out and the rest of our features. Thank you.
Okay, well done, well done.
I'm sorry, is Google using it? No.
We welcome the opportunity, but not right now.
That's what I thought, because they run that place like a fascist organization, and they wouldn't do this at all. That would be my issue, is that people at Google and other companies are assigned to very specific and typically, like the cars, very secretive projects that they pull people in specifically for. I don't think they want to. It's not really Tom Sawyer over there, like let's all paint a fence. And so and then people moving off of jobs they're supposed to be doing to like go to more fun jobs. I mean, it's probably a ball over at Google X comparatively, but I mean, I don't think companies would allow this. I don't think they'd encourage that people would move off of jobs they feel like doing for other jobs. That would be, I would never see Google
Thoughts on that?
initiating this.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was in an energy company, they wanted to be more like Google, and they gave us 20% of our time to work on anything we wanted. But the problem was, we didn't know what to work on because we didn't have that visibility to these projects. So we were just kind of sitting there, okay, well, what are we going to work on now? So we're hoping to connect these employees to these projects.
Okay, so that story right there proves why this will not work. So I believe you're solving a big problem, right? I believe in the 70% of knowledge workers problem. 1 out of 2 folks don't last in a role for 18 months, big problem. But you're tackling it the wrong way.
Okay.
And taking the example of having a Google and saying, we want to be more like Google, you're just copying the tactics that are visible on the surface. That's not what actually made Google successful in engaging their employees. Connecting those people to the mission and the higher purpose upon which Google represents, that's what makes people engaged. And so you're just trying to duct tape over the problem with the tactics that on the surface look like is what's causing that outcome. That's not what's causing that outcome. It's connection to that higher purpose.
I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. It's just, you have to really create that ability for people to connect in order to create that culture. And I think there's a lot of companies out there that really toe the line, but don't necessarily provide the framework. And really, that's what we're trying to do here, is sort of shortcut that requirement to build it completely internally. We want to give you sort of a cultural, needle in the arm to actually move your organization into more of that innovative Google-like space.
I think that maybe you want to de-emphasize the philosophy around what the employee's motivation is. What you have here is a freelancer.com for insourcing, which is that's a great thing. And you should just be running around on that, because every large organization needs that in order to get the full capacity out of their employees. It's not really about, motivation is great, it's important, but your story is actually an organization can discover its internal resources and use them effectively.
Yeah, I agree. I think this has got tons of grassroots kind of innovation opportunity. I agree with the top-down approach too.
Into the microphone.
Sorry, I think that there's a ton of kind of pent-up ideas that are kind of more local, and that people are just looking for additional resources to kind of help drive it forward. And I think this gives them a vehicle for it. So I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you're saying, if you look at teams, work gets done through communication. You guys are on the broadcast end, and so finding something that actually aligns with what do you need to broadcast? Because, within big companies, you're just going to end up with a lot of pet projects forking. Instead, how do you get after, actual communication, insert yourself in there?
And also at many, particularly Google, they track everything. The amount of tracking they do of what their employees are doing, the time spent, is rather extensive. And so perhaps the companies that don't do it, but I think you're solving a problem of bad managers, not putting people in good places. And I don't know if this sort of, it's not like it's like a group yay approach. You know what I mean? I just don't know if that would work in companies where a lot of the stuff does need to be directed. It could result in sort of just hey, I want to do this. Oh, no, I want to do this.
But I would look at opportunities where companies are looking to outsource projects because they don't believe they have the competency internally, and help them discover those skill sets might exist internally. That would be very exciting. But I don't see that really solving an engagement problem, because engagement is much, much bigger.
Do you guys see this integrating in, after this, it goes into some other software, if you're looking at things like Sprintly and so forth? What happens kind of after this?
Absolutely. We would love to integrate with other tools out there. So for example, Versely, I think Versely provides the tools to help execute on these opportunities, and we want to help provide the tools to help create these opportunities.
Can I just ask one more question? So you showed like people that could possibly do this job.
Yes.
Does that spam them? Because that would drive Larry and Sergey crazy. I know that. I mean, like, or anybody crazy if they get spammed on stuff that they're qualified for.
Their participation in the market is purely optional. And on the profile, if they're at a state where they're not able to accept new projects, we have a very easy toggle mode. And basically, they can basically set the amount of give that they have as well. So if they know they have only 5 hours per week, they can adjust that threshold.
It's like a Brazilian steakhouse for opportunities.
All right, let's hear it for Rallyteam. Well done. Split decision
Thank
from
you.
the judges. I like it.